Good morning. It is Friday, March 14th. Happy Pi Day. 2025. I am headed to the southernmost dives for a deep dive trip today. I'll be doing 2 dives on the USS Vandenberg, a U.S. ship that was intentionally sunk to create an artificial reef, as well as a diving spot for Key West. It's not the deep dive I'm concerned about. I've done several of those. The last one, though, was 2019 when I dove a Japanese warship in the Solomon Islands that we sunk during the Battle of Guadalcanal. It's Sarah that I'm concerned about. Who's Sarah? Sarah is a local great white. She's been tagged and has been seen as recently as last week at the dive site, as the divers say, smiling at them. So this is going to be interesting.
I am a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine.
I hope to see her. In other ways, I hope she stays away. So let's see what happens. The USS Vandenberg's main deck sits at approximately 110 feet, while the bottom rests at about 140 feet. So there should be plenty to see. Question is, what's going to be looking at us?
We are Steve and Stephanie, enjoying the retired life, traveling with our 2 Scottish Terriers, Teddy and Ellie. Join us on an adventure. It all starts off at the dive shop, checking current conditions and what can we expect. And Southernmost Divers has a pretty nice dive shop. If you need it, they probably have it, or can get it.
Give me a preview of what's to come.
Just a short walk from the dive shop to their boat, docked through the Hyatt Hotel. And we're off. There's only 2 of us diving today. And look at these seas, so calm. Who's ready to get wet? In we go. We have floating lines attached to a static line, which is in turn attached to the ship. This makes our descent a lot easier, and we don't use as much air and energy as we go down to the depths. "88 feet down, and still going." And here I made a mistake, trying to use the red filter with my GoPro, which normally at depth you have to, but these new cameras are absolutely incredible. I mean, check out my DJI Action 4. No filter. So the first dive didn't turn out as well as I expected on film. In person, it was phenomenal. On the ascent, a required safety stop. It's time to get onto the boat for a 45-minute break, rehydrate, and then we'll be going right back down. For this dive, I left the GoPro and red filters on the boat and only used my DJI with no filters and no editing. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Can't believe how clear the water is and all the barracuda above us. You're supposed to kill these on sight. Number one, I don't have any way to kill it. And number two, I wasn't sure if I was in the Marine Sanctuary or not. Did you hear the clunk? That's important later. Time to head back to the surface. Do a safety stop, and I couldn't understand why I kept wanting to go up faster than the other two. I was becoming more and more buoyant by the second. My feet kept going up towards the surface, and this is a dangerous thing. I began floating sideways, starting to lose control, going into spins. I had no idea why. The dive master caught up to me, trying to add weight to my vest. I normally become more buoyant as I use up my air, but not this much. This is a danger zone. I could be facing the bends or air bubbles in my bloodstream if I don't complete this safety stop. Fortunately, the dive master and my dive buddy were able to hold me down in order to complete this 3-minute stop. The signal's given. Safety stop complete. We can now surface. Back on the boat. You remember that clunk? I lost a weight pocket, making me 9 pounds lighter. I didn't see Sarah. She may have seen me, I don't know. Time to head back. What a phenomenal dive, one I highly recommend if in Key West. The USS Vandenberg. Waters and the ship are spectacular.